Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the new Affinity by Canva to print your sublimation images. Also, you'll be able to adjust them and make them look a lot nicer before you print them and save them in a printable format so you don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over. So let me show you how to to download this Affinity by Canva. So the first thing you need to do is go to this web page right here. You can search for Affinity by Canva, or you can go to this link, which I'll put it in the description. Now, the only requirement to download this is to have a Canva account, which is free. If you've already got a Canva account, then you don't need to create another one, but you're going to click on sign up to download. I already have a Canva account and it knows it, so I'm just going to click continue, but you'll do whatever it asks you to do to create a Canva account or put in your information. Once you've done that, you're going to get this choices right here: download for a Mac or download for a Windows. Now, when you download for the Windows, you're going to have 4 different choices. Only one of them will work for you, so if one doesn't work, try another. For me, it was the Enterprise Intel AMD. I went ahead and downloaded that, and then the others did not work for me, so I knew it was that one. Once you've downloaded it, go ahead and open your Affinity program, which I've already got open, and you will see this screen right here. I can't remember exactly what it looks like, but you're going to have something like this. Either it's going to be like this, it's going to be like this. But anyway, if it's like this, just click off of that, and we want to go into landscape mode. Once we've done that, we're going to create a preset for sublimation. Come over here to letter 11 by 8.5 and click on that. Click on the document settings. What we want is to be in inches, 300 dpi, and we want a transparent background. Once we got all that, we're going to call this sublimation, or whatever you want to call it. I call it sublimation, but you can put whatever you want in there. And then we're going to create our preset. Now that shows us we have a new preset called sublimation, which is what I use for everything, pretty much, when I'm printing out tumblers or keychains or whatever. It's because my printer will only print 11 by 8.5. Well, it'll print 11 by 14, but this is the setting that I use. So now you have that. Just click on this little star up here to add it to favorites, just like that. Now we can double click on that, and we will be coming to this page right here. So when you open up Canva again, or sorry, Affinity again, let's just say I was opening it up again, and now I would just double click on this. I don't need to worry about all the other stuff right here. I just double click on it, and that's how we get to this page. So now we're ready to bring in our sublimation design, which normally is a PNG when you download it from Etsy or wherever you get it from. And if it's not sized right, I can show you how to size it. So you're going to click on this place tool right here. Just click on that, and then search for the sublimation design that you want to download. I'm just got a couple examples right here. So you can double click on it and it will open it, or you can click and click open. Either way works. I just double click. Double click. And then when you see this little place tool right here, just click on and then we have it on our workspace. Now I'm going to show you how we need to set in some little changes so we don't have to keep searching for everything. First thing I want you to do is come up here and click on the layout. That's the settings. That's the layout setting that we use for all our sublimation. That we won't be using any of these others. Now you can use Canva AI for if you have if you sign up for the Canva Pro, but it's not necessary. But for our purposes, we're using layout. Now I've already got my toolbar up here, with all my favorite presets, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I've got the align up here, and I've got the flip, horizontal and vertical, and counterclockwise, rotate. I've got remove background, but you won't be able to use that unless you have Canva Pro. And but these are the only ones that you need right now. And to get those up there, if you don't have them up there, you're just going to right click on your bar and customize your toolbar. And then you will take this and you will drag it up there. You will take the align tool, drag it up there. I've already got it, so I don't need to. And you'll also take the arrange and drag it up there, which I already have up there, I believe. Or maybe I don't. So I'll put that up there. And then this one here, you'll need the flip, horizontal, vertical, and all that stuff. So we just come down here and you'll just drag these up there one by one if you don't already have them up there. Just like this. I've already got it up there, so I don't want two of them. So you're going to drag those up there. But that's how you get these toolbar settings up there. Okay, so we're going to close that out once you got those dragged up there. Now, once you won't see them up there until you click on your image, and then they highlight what's available to you. So now I've got my alignment tools and I've got my flip tools right here. And you can put others up there, whatever you use, but these are the ones that we're going to use the most, is the align and the rotate, flip, and all that stuff. Other ones you don't really need to use right now. And like I said, they won't show up until you click on the actual image. See how they highlight up there? Okay, so you placed your image, you can click on align horizontal and align vertical to center it. Now, we all know that a 20-ounce tumbler image should be 9.3 by 8.2, and we can verify this by coming over here to transform. Click on your transform, and you can see over here it's 9.3 by 8.2. And I'm going to show you how to add some stuff here and take away. All we need is color, stroke, and quick adjustments. So what you're going to do is come over here and click on this little down arrow and click on panels. And as you can see on mine, I just have color, stroke, and quick adjustments. And to do that, you would just come over here and select or deselect the ones that I have. So for up here, I have color, stroke, and quick adjustments. Come down here to quick adjustments. Yours will probably just be turned off, and you just turn it on like that. And close. So I have color, stroke, and quick adjustments. That's all I need for sublimation. And pretty much that's just for designing and stuff. And for this next window, all you need down here is layers, pretty much, and I don't worry about the rest of them, but you can add or subtract whatever you want. And down here I have transform, navigator, and history. So like I said, you just select or deselect those to get what you need. You're going to use this one a lot, and you're going to use your history and maybe your navigator. But like I said, it looks very confusing, but this is just the basics for what we're going to do. So anyway, what did I do? I didn't want to do that. We're going to be on layers. We should be on color, layers, and transform. Okay. So let's just do, I'm going to go more in detail on how to design and that, but I just want to show you how to take an image, adjust it, and print it out. So now we have our image right here. We've centered it by coming up here, click center vertically, center horizontal, or you can use the little red lines right here. Red, notice you're centered it's centered horizontally, and green, you're centered vertically. So we know that's centered right there. Now what we need to do If you're happy with the color, you can go ahead and not mess with it, but I like to make a few adjustments. So I'll come up here to quick adjustments. Click on that. Come down to the very bottom. You have all these settings you can use, but the first thing you can try is you got auto levels. Click on that. You've got auto contrast. Click on that. You've got auto colors. Click on that. Wow, that made a big difference. And then you got auto white balance. So sometimes that's all you need to adjust the color so it looks better. So that's what it looks like now. If you don't want to use those, you can't unclick them. So you can come down here to history, click on that, and go back to, this is like a undo down here. This is when I added the white balance, the shift, the curves adjustment, transform. And so it can go all the way back. So go back in your history and correct everything you just, undo everything you just did. So now we're just back at the beginning. Another way you can adjust your colors is you can adjust manually with all these settings up here. I don't want to confuse you, so we're just going to do it the easy way to start off with. You can use this, and I'm going to show you another one, but this is for quick adjustments, or you can click on this adjustments tool right here, and you'll get a whole different menu. You can click on vibrance, and you can bring this vibrance up to 40 and saturation up to 10. And then you can also not do that. Now this one here you can delete. But anyway, let's just go with the quick adjustments for now until you learn how to use it better. So click on that, click on this, click on this, and click on this. If you think that's too bright, you go back before you did all that right here. But I'm just going to leave it like this. Now you're ready to print it. But first you might want to save this PNG. Click on that so you can see these lines right here. Come up here. There's two ways to do this. You can click up here to File to Export. Click on Export. We want to export as a PNG. We want to export selection area only. We don't want to select the whole workspace. It tells you the size of the file. You're going to click Export, and then you're going to save it wherever you want to save it to. I'm just going to call this Test, and now it's exported. Okay, once you have that saved, now you don't have to make all the color adjustments again. You can just you'll open File, and then you can click on Open, and then you just click on it, and it'll bring it right back in. But you don't want to bring it in this way. What you want to do is click on File, New, click your preset, Place, and then double click on it and bring it in. Double click again, and now you got it on our workspace. All right, now we're ready to print it. Don't worry about this. This is just your layers and stuff. To print this, you can't print in this direction. We need to put this in landscape mode, or portrait mode, I'm sorry. So you click up here on Document Setup, and we're going to turn this to portrait right over here. Just click on portrait. Hit OK. Now what that did was it turned out our workspace the same direction that the printer would print. So now we need to turn this in that direction. So you're going to click on your image, make sure you're in layout, and then up here you can rotate counterclockwise, or you rotate clockwise. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to rotate counterclockwise. Now we're ready to print. Now, if you want to, so you don't have to go through all this again, save this just like it is right now. Click File, Save. And we'll just call this Test Again. Now, what it does, it saves it as a Affinity file. So that way, now, when you're ready to print this, you don't have to go through all that. You're just going to click on File, Open, and it'll have a little A in the corner. And then we'll just double click on it and it's ready to go. And that's how I save all my files. So I don't have to, once I've got them all adjusted, color and everything, if I'm wanting to print out a file, I just go to File, Open, then I do a search for it in my files, and you can see I got them all right here. And I just click on the one I want, and I just have to double click on it. And since I'm using the old, you won't see this if you're not using the old version of Affinity, but it will bring it right in, and you don't have to go through all that. You don't have to go through it again. Now you've already got it set up. So anyway, let's go back to the doggies. Let me bring those back in, and I will show you how to print them. Okay, so we got that saved as an Affinity. We've got it saved as a PNG, so you don't have to do all the color corrections and stuff again. The good thing is when you bring it in and you want to change the colors, you can, because it saves it that way. Now we're going to print this. What we need to do is come up here to File, Print, and then you're going to select, don't change anything else. You can come up here and select your printer. Now mine is a Epson SureColor F100, and I'm going to click on Properties, and I've got mine a preset for sublimation, and I think I've made another video that shows you how to do all that. So I'm using high quality. I'm making sure I'm mirrored. You do not want bidirectional print, and make sure that's turned off. So the only thing you really need is mirrored. Oh, and for my color, I got ICM. I got custom advanced ICM. Anyway, now you've got that set, and you're going to click OK. Don't worry about none of this, any of this at all. And then you're just going to click OK, and it will print it out for you. All you have to do is select your printer and the properties for your printer, which I've already got set up, and then click OK. I'm not going to print it because I don't need a doggy file right now. So anyway, that's pretty easy. I mean, yeah, it seems a lot. And this Affinity is overwhelming because it can do so much. I mean, you can make your own designs, you can change color. It'll do anything pretty much. But I just want to show you the basics for right now. All right, let me show you something else. So when you're done with this, you can just click on that. It will ask you to save it or whatever. I'm not going to, since I've already saved it. I'm going to show you, we're going to bring in another PNG, and I'm going to show you how to, so you got a PNG that is kind of like a white border. Let me give you an example here. You click New. We've already got our preset. Double click on it. Click Place. Now this one here, this PNG, I'm going to bring it in. And as you can see, the border is white. So when you print that out on your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you're not going to know where to trim it. Right there centered. You're not going to know where to trim it because it's going to print out and this is all going to be white. So what you can do with this is click on your design, make sure it's 9.3 by 8.2. That is for a 20-ounce tumbler because that's all I'm showing you today. You're going to come up here and click on Stroke. Click on Stroke. And then what you want to do is, first of all, we're going to need a color for the stroke. Click in the center of this and slide it to black. Okay. Click on this little arrow. So this outline right here is black. Then click on stroke. Now what we can do, make sure you're on this solid line style. Don't worry about anything else. Now when you slide this little slider, it's going to put a little border around your design. That way you will know where to trim it. And you don't have to make it really thick, just enough to where you can see it. So now we have a little border around there, so when we print it out, you'll know where to trim it. And now, let's just say we want to adjust the colors on this one. First of all, we need to be in layout. Remember that. Layout is what we use. Now we're going to adjust the colors. If you want to, I mean, you don't have to. Just click on Quick Adjustments. You can use all these. I'm scrolling up and down to make your adjustments. You got all kinds of adjustments you can make here. Or you can use the auto settings down here, like for auto white balance, auto colors, auto contrast, auto levels. Let's see what happens when I click auto colors. Made it a little more colorful, didn't it? And like I said, if that's not something you wanted, come down here to history and just go click the one before the one you just did, and that will undo it. Because you can do it up here, undo set color, undo clear. This is also, you can undo up here, or you can redo it. Let me show you what I mean. It's just, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's several different ways of doing the same thing. So like over here or up here or whatever. But I'm just trying to show you the easiest way. So make sure it's selected. You'll know it's selected because everything will highlight when you got this selected. Come over here. Let's say I click on the auto colors. And I'm like, nah, I don't like that. You can come up here to edit and undo that. Or I select on colors, auto colors. You can come down to history and go to the step before it and undo it. It may be better just to come up here to click edit and undo. But if you need to go back a whole bunch of steps, back to like the very beginning, you just do that. That was, now I'm back to the very beginning before I added the outline. Or you can keep, you know, it's kind of like a do undo, but with different steps down here. So anyway, click on that. I like that. It really made it nice and colorful. You got all these other choices, but I'm not going to play with all those. Okay, so now I showed you how to do the stroke around here. So when we print this out, it's going to, you'll be able to cut it, know where to cut it at. We're going to go ahead and file, and we're going to export this as a PNG. Okay, before I do that, make sure you have it selected. Make sure you have these blue lines around it before you export. Now, file, export, export as a PNG, and we want selection area only, not the whole document. If we select the whole document, it's going to select the whole page. We don't want that. We just want selection area. And then export. And then you can't see what I'm typing, but I'm typing test again, or whatever, dogs. I can't even see what I'm typing, dogs. Okay. Now we're ready to print this. First thing I'm going to do is click on this page right here, go up to document setup, click on portrait, hit OK. Now it's in the right direction for printing. Now we're going to click on this, come up here, flip, rotate. Okay, and it should still be centered. If it's not, you can always use your centering tools right here and right here. And now you are ready to print. You will go to File, Print. Don't worry about the custom, like I said. Select your printer. Go to Properties if you got presets already, which you should have. If not, I have another video that shows you how to do that. Click OK. And then don't worry about any of this. And then click OK, and it will print it for you. And then to save it, you're just going to go File, Save, and it's going to save as an Affinity file now instead of a PNG. That way you don't have to go through all this again. You will just open your Affinity, click File. You can even click Open Recent. Open Recent if you want to. If it's something you just recently done. And you can select, double click on it, and it'll open it for you. Or like I said, you can go to File, Open, and find it in your save file and double click on it, and it'll bring it right in. And you don't have to go through all that adjustments again. It's ready to print. Hi guys, one thing I forgot to mention, I was going to show you how to resize an image. Not all images you download are sized properly, especially like for a 20-ounce tumbler. So let's say your image, you place your image and you look over here and you see it's not sized right. It should be 9.3 by 8.2. All you have to do is come over here, double click on this, put 9.3, double click on there and put 8.2. And then we can center it by dragging it around like we do until we get the red and green line, or you can make sure you're on layout, come up here and click center and center vertically and center horizontally. And that's all you have to do. You want it to be 9.3 by 8.2. I forgot to show you that in the video, so I just wanted to throw that in real quick to show you how to resize if you needed to. Or like if you wanted to take an image and resize it down to something else, you can just easily resize it to whatever you need to resize it to. But for 20-ounce tumblers, it should be 9.3 by 8.2. And that's all you need to do. And I just want to throw that in there because I forgot to put that in the main video. Print. Well, hopefully this will help you a little bit. I love the Affinity program. You can do so much with it. Please like and subscribe. I know it's a little overwhelming and confusing at first, but after you've done a few of these, gone through a few, it does get easier. And you can do so much with this. You can do your own designs. You can put your text. Which I will do. I think I've got some videos that shows you how to use the old Affinity, but it's pretty much like this one. And I'll do some more videos that shows you how to use this, like for texts, how to adjust images, things like that. But right now, I just wanted to do the basics and not try to overwhelm you. You just bring in a PNG, adjust the colors, and print it and save it. Thanks for watching. I know it's a lengthy video. Hopefully this will help you with your sublimation designs. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Have a great day and happy sublimating. Bye all.